design your 2024. Plan for the best year of your life and actually achieve it. I know, it's a little bit like 2 weeks late, but who said that we have to do the whole goal setting necessarily before January 1st? Actually, you can plan any time of a day, of a month, of a year. It's never too late. Let's go. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 great strategy how to find out what do you want and few tips on how to plan your plans so you really can achieve them. And one most important thing. You want to know that most important thing? Watch until the end. Hi everyone, Tatiana Bellas here, your mindful productivity coach. I help overwhelmed superachievers to achieve even more and live healthier and happier life by identifying their priorities, pinpoint their stressors, and create work-play balance. Now let's go to the point about strategies how to plan the best year of your life and actually achieve that. Strategy number 1, write down 5 your core values. What? You don't know your core values? That couldn't be true, that couldn't be right. Well, if you don't know, don't worry. I have another episode coming about that particular exercise, and I already created a list of values, and I'm going to put that thing in PDF in a link in the description for you, so you can pick your values from 140 of them. Let's say you have 5 of your values. It's your health, your family, your career, financial independence, and spirituality. Very common. And write down for every value how they are supposed to manifest themselves throughout your daily life. For example, if you are talking about health, what it includes: eating healthy, some kind of diet, making choices that really leads to your health. If we are talking about action plan, write down of type of activities and exercises you are going to do to keep your health. If you are coming down to some kind of improvements you are going to make to your body, write it down too. So under each value you will have a list of action steps that you're going to do, and then just distribute them evenly through the day or through the week or through the month or through the year. That way you would be always sure that no matter what happens, you always live up to your core values. And don't forget, defining values, it's not like once and done. You could do it every week, every month, every year. And it's changing because our priority in life can be changing too. Don't forget to watch another video about how to define your values. And now move to strategy number 2. Wheel of Life. Yeah, that one is already on my channel. I described how to do that exercise. And here I'm going to shortly present you how to use that very classic tool to build your plan for the next year. First, you go around the wheel and define the areas in your life that is important for you, and then evaluate your satisfaction with every area on a scale from 0 to 10, where 0 is not satisfied and 10 completely satisfied. Let's say it's how you feel today. And on the other side of your pie, again, you define how you would like that to see at the end of a year. And at the end of this exercise, you will notice which area needs more improvement, or which area would be easier to start improving, or which area, once you've done some improvement there, immediately brings the improvement to other areas. This visual exercise is really helpful. Again, not once a year, you can do it every month, and I strongly recommend that. A video about that exercise is already on my channel, go watch that. Once you see your wheel by the end of a year, you can just list next to your wheel what are you going to do to make those improvements. Whatever area you pick and you see that improvement needs to be done there, you just list what are you going to do as an action plan. How to do plan we will talk later in this video. Continue watching. So now from intellectual exercise to something more emotional. 100 wishes list. Oldie but goldie. You just sit down, take some time for yourself, put your phone away, turn on some nice music and write down 100 wishes. If there is no limits, if you have no obligations, if you have all the time and money in the world, what would you do? And even though it may sound like no-brainer, but you will notice after first probably 20 items, you would struggle. And I bet you won't go after 50 in one sitting. Sometimes it looks easy. Oh my goodness, I know very well what I would want, and if there is no issue with money and time, I would like do this and this and that. But actually after 50th item, you will notice that you are getting deeper and deeper to your real wishes, to your real desires. So this is why that exercise is very powerful and a really great thing to do when you want to design your ideal year. Now let's move to a real tips and tricks how to implement your plan. Because planning is a big part, but you have to go and work for it as well. Let's talk about motivation, focus, strength and consistency. Surprisingly, it all comes to dopamine. Yeah, you may hear about dopamine as a hormone that releases after achieving something, and you are not wrong on that. But actually, hormonal system releases dopamine as well when you think about something exciting that you're going to achieve. But there is a trick to it. It's like a loan. And think about that as a dopamine credit union. As a normal loan, in that credit union there is a dopamine manager, very strict one, and he's sitting there and estimating everything before even to release the dopamine for you. So your plan supposed to be very realistic, because that manager look through your previous experiences and estimates how it's achievable what you plan to do. And if it's not, you won't get your dopamine, meaning you won't get your motivation, focus and ability to stay strong and consistent. So this is why it's important to be very realistic. You better aim low. Yes, I know it may sound very counterintuitive, but it's true. This is the best. Better 75% than nothing. So it's rule number 1. Rule number 2, when you come to your dopamine credit union, be specific, write it down. It means that you have your goal as a big picture, then break it down to smaller increments possible, and it will make not only great and achievable for your dopamine manager, but it will make a good plan for you. When you see those small steps, your brain is not scared like, oh my goodness, what we are going to do, it's so huge. No, you see those small steps and you will feel much better like achieving them. So remember, when you come to your credit union for a loan to buy a car or a house, you won't come empty-handed, won't you? You will come with a big piece of paper defining what kind of car or what kind of house, what year was it built, what condition. Same here, write down your plan. In that way, your dopamine manager is going to be much more responsive. Be flexible. This is important too. If you set your mind to something that is not coming your way, you may just not get your dopamine at all. and you won't achieve anything. But if you are flexible and allow yourself some air in your plans, it will come to you in a very unexpected manner, because universe works unexpected and unknown ways to us. And as an example with getting loan for a car, if you set your mind to Toyota Sierra, I don't know if there is a car like Toyota Sierra. Am I making up models? If you set your mind to Toyota Tundra, oh, I love Toyota Tundra, and you are not getting exact amount of money for that car, you may still get some very decent Ford F-150, still a car, just different one, and it still does the job. Same here, if you plan something, add some air to that, add some flexibility. And there is another episode on my channel where I was talking about that metaphor with a jar with the big boulders in that, and how it all affects our ability to introduce. What do we do with our plans? God, Jesus, what do we do with our plans? We don't manifest them. We implement them, not implement. God, Jesus, what do we do with our plans? It was execution. I forgot how to say execute your plan. Oh my goodness. Another trick for you, use reminders. You may set up either calendar, your phone app, you may put sticky notes everywhere you see them. Why this is important? It comes back to your dopamine manager and dopamine credit union, because when you are not staying consistent, you don't feel like you are doing anything. And of course, once you're not doing anything, your dopamine is not releasing, so you're lacking focus, you're lacking motivation, and you're lacking your strength to stay consistent. So use reminders and set up them once you had your plan written. Track your progress. That one is completely dopamine related. Anytime you notice that you've done something different, anytime you notice some changes, anytime you notice some progress, please make a note. Use anything possible, some scales, some graphics, visuals, applications, anything that makes you feel like you are progressing. This is the best way to get your dopamine flowing and get your focus and strength and stay consistent. And at the end of a year, you will thank yourself. Also, what is important while you're tracking your progress, be mindful and observe those moments when you did not make any progress. It's important too. What was circumstance? What was happening? What was so special about the situation? What was different? What was holding you back? Those moments are very useful moments to discuss with your coach in a coaching session, because those are areas of growth. And I always encourage my clients to bring it to me when we have our conversations. And I encourage you to do that too. Another piece, reward yourself. Anytime you achieve something, even if you do just exercise, I mentioned in the beginning of this video, even if you start your 100 wishes list and not get to the planning yet, reward yourself. Anything is better than nothing. This is like a new norm in our generation. This is like a new rule. We don't look for something huge and unbelievable. It's unrealistic. We reward ourselves even for showing up. You're watching this video, you're already doing that. So go and reward yourself. I don't know how you do that, but trust me, even just saying, oh, I've done that today, great. It's already a lot, and you're already doing more than 99% of a population. Yes, I'm talking to you. You are watching my video to this point, you're already doing great. So, and the last but not least, over the last year, I coached for about 500 hours. And I'm noticing that more than a pep talk and motivation and ideas for productivity and how to do more, people really need need the permission to do less. Overwhelmed and exhausted are the two words of the year. Very common, the most used words of the year. So if it resonates with you, if you feel the same way too, here is your permission. Less is more. Do as less as possible, do as little as possible. Do 1 or 2 things a day, and one of them is rest or taking care of yourself. Do just one thing from your plan, and take as much time as possible for doing nothing or for doing something that takes your mind out of everything. Rest as much as possible. Go for a walk. Go take some lessons that are not related to what you're doing for a living. Get all the rest is possible, because stress is a real killer, and I don't want you to have any problems that chronic stress can bring to your life. This is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I want to remind you that I have an Instagram account, and there you can find a lot of useful information, short stories and everything. And I would be really grateful if you subscribe to my channel, if you join me on Instagram, and let's just continue stay connected and making this world a better place to live. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.